The Week 9 NFL DFS Show on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is presented by WynnBET. WynnBET is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. From boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds on every major sport, WynnBET has what you need to win. Sign up today and bet $100 and win $100 at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/wynnbet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET.
I say BETS bets, baby.
Bets.
I gotta say, Bo McBrayer, you're looking beautiful as always. Bo _McBigtime on the Twitters. And since I do have the power to share screen here as a producer, I think we're on YouTube for the fantasy football side of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Do like and subscribe, ring the bell, jingle it, dingle it, all the stuff you need to do. Go over and follow Bo _McBigtime on Twitter. Follow myself, Nimble W Numbers as well. And then we have a show, a DFS show as well, called Chalk Blocked. We'd love your subscription over there too. So, a lot of things you got to do. We're giving you homework and shit. So we're going to talk about the slate today, and we're going to use, we don't show you this normally, but we're going to run the Sims here using Justin Freeman's incredible, and Pat Mayo's incredible software that we love. We are touts and stouts for this for sure. So this is going on behind the scenes. We don't get to show you everything, but do like and subscribe, and then go over and run the Sims. You will not be disappointed at all. So I have to ask you before we get in, Bo McBrayer, what did you dress up as, or who did you dress up as, or what did you do for Halloween? I did two things. I want to hear what you did.
So I did not dress up, but I did put on a bunny hat that has little dangly things down, and there's little air bubble things. When you squeeze them, the ears on the bunny go up.
Ooh, that's
so
fun.
I took my daughter we took a walk down the main street next to our house, which had a lot of houses lit up and handing out candy. So she got through the volume houses on one side of that street. Then we cut over a block, and there's a secret street with a bunch of $1 million houses, and there's almost no kids out there. And each one of these houses is all lit up, huge mansions, and they're handing out whole candy bars to whichever kids were on the street there. And she was just like, this is awesome. And so we loaded up on big candy bars, and then we took the other way back down the same street that we started on and got the other small pieces from all the houses that were on the other side of the street. So she cleaned up.
I love it. I love it. It's a feel good story. Little takes from big. It's what you want in the world, right? So
yeah,
I did two things.
Secret passageway to the rich people candy.
Of course. Yeah, that's what we all want. I did two things. Fantasy football wise, I dressed up as Peter Howard, Paul Howdy on Twitter, if you don't know. That's me. I'm also this guy here. So both guys. And then also because, I'm a glutton for attention, and I like attention as much as the next guy. I dressed up as a Hot Pocket. There you go. You can see me as a Hot Pocket. That's an homage to Nick Kroll and his season 6 series called Big Mouth. It came out this last weekend, and in it, Lola took her lump sum payment in a form of a giant Hot Pocket. So I had to make myself a Hot Pocket costume at school. That's what we did. So let's jump into the slate. I am so excited to talk football, and run the Sims with you today. Let's jump into the first game. Carolina catching 8.5 points on the road in Cincinnati. That number's a bit high, my friend. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, there's some juicy upset picks on this slate. It's almost surprising because we just saw the Bengals get absolutely trashed by the Browns. And the Carolina defense hasn't been bad. Their pass rush is very good. And we've seen teams with good pass rushes get to Joe Burrow this year. And without Jamar Chase, he did not look good. I mean, T. Higgins is awesome. Like, we saw him moss that guy on Monday night. That was fantastic.
He's a beast.
T. Higgins is a freak, but Joe Burrow without Jamar Chase, not pretty, especially behind a horrendous offensive line. I'm ashamed to say Jonah Williams, their left tackle, who got owned by Myles Garrett multiple times. He's from Northern California. Shout out NorCal, but my guy did not look good. He got posterized multiple times by Myles Garrett, and, well, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? right?
It's Myles Garrett.
You
You guys got a quarterback graveyard in his front yard.
Did you see what he came as for Halloween at that game?
Yeah, Vecna.
That was crazy. I'm scared to death now. I almost had a nightmare
That dude,
about that.
that dude's terrifying as it is.
Right. I mean, they should have let him play like that. He would have got like 8 sacks that game. So I mean, so scary. So, yeah. All right. Well, we've got 8.5 points. I don't think I like that. That doesn't. That's not something I'm running to. Right. Actually, it's down to 7.5. Let me change it. 7.5. Where are you starting in this matchup? Are you starting at the running back position? Are you Joe Mixing it 650, or how are you approaching this?
Carolina defense. Dante Foreman.
Yeah. Now we're talking Dante Foreman. Okay. All right. Okay. Someone else was talking about him last week. I don't know who that person was. We'll find that guy and bring him on the show because he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Devonta Foreman, Joe Mixon has a 22% projected rostership right now. That is crazy. I can't have 22% of Joe. Not when their offense is not clicking and Carolina's defense not great against the run.
If you watch Joe Mixon and Najee Harris, can you tell them apart?
They're both getting tackled 3 yards after they catch the ball at the 3rd and 7, and they don't get it.
Or they run it. That's the thing about the Bengals offense is they run all dive plays right up the middle, and then they throw it deep. That's it. That's all they do. That's every play is we're going to hand it to Mixon right up the middle. He's going to run into the back of his line and fall down, or we're going to throw deep, or we're going to throw a pass at the line of scrimmage to Joe Mixon or Samaje Perine.
We're going to get sacked. Offense.
That's yeah. When they try to throw deep and they got the wrong coverage look, they get sacked. It's pathetic play calling. Zach Taylor is an idiot, and everybody knows it. It's just Jamar Chase covered up a lot of those flaws in the play calling because he's so spectacular.
And Joe Burrow's
awesome. Like, don't get me wrong, Joe Burrow is awesome, but without Jamar Chase on the field, this is a whole different team. And Carolina, again, their pass rush is fantastic. They did not trade Brian Burns at the end of the day. They kept Burns. They kept DJ Moore. And that's where I'll be going.
Yeah. I will be dipping into the Hayden Hurst fund at 3,600. I think he has a little bit of value there. If you need a tight end at 36, I think there's a couple pay up options I'd rather go to. But, you could do worse. I mean, you could maybe not do worse. But, if you don't have Jamar Chase, you're going to need to throw
this game not very sexy to me.
No, it's not. And I didn't see that the Sims had reshuffled it down the order to 4th, and we should have started with a game that had a higher total. But let's pivot to that game. Let's go to Buffalo visiting New York. And New York, oh man, they're 12.5 point underdogs at home. I think they might lose by 20 points. Is that realistic?
Is there any indication that they are going to put up a fight against Buffalo?
No. As a matter of fact, their offense is anemic. They can't do much right now. So
funny how they have this spectacular 2nd-round wide receiver that they refuse to play on the field or trade. They just want to keep him. And
they're just going to do nothing. They're going to Ridley him.
Not even that. Like Ridley, when he was not suspended for stupid things, was very heavily targeted. Elijah Moore is a fantastic player, a la Calvin Ridley, and the Jets just don't use him. He doesn't even get on the field. And after looking unguardable last year and the first couple games this year, Robert Saleh is like, nope, doghouse, you're dirt. You are literally worthless. And even though we're getting offers for 2nd and 3rd round picks to send you somewhere else where they might actually use your talents, we're just going to sit there and make you terrible. Like you're going to ride the bench for no reason other than Robert Saleh's got an ego the size of New York City.
New York City? Yeah.
It just pisses me off because good players shouldn't be on the bench no matter what.
No, it's not good. Let me ask you a question. What do you make of the trade? How do you think that impacts the Buffalo-New York game for Buffalo?
None.
You think Nyheim Hines gets on the field?
Oh, yeah. But he and James Cook are the same guy.
I was going to say they're the same person, yeah.
Hines is more experienced, more well-rounded at the stage of his career. But it's a 1-year rental. They're obviously trying to win the Super Bowl this year. They came really close last year. This is a move where they're saying, hey, James Cook is good. He's going to be good for a lot of years going forward, but we want to win now.
Yeah.
And having just Devin Singletary trustworthy in that backfield isn't good enough. And so Nyheim Hines puts them over the top as a championship contention team this year. And in the future, they hope James Cook becomes that type of player, maybe even better. But for this year, they need Nyheim Hines' experience and explosive playmaking to combine to make this offense even more scary than it already was.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about the matchup, the cornerback matchups? You know, Sauce Gardner, Stephon Diggs. You saw what Diggs did to Jair Alexander. If you watch the video, he comes out of the tunnel in the whole team. The whole Packers team is going out, and he is by himself, jawing and yip-yakking about to fight. You know, verbally, just like who does that kind of shit? I mean, Stephon Diggs is a different.
Well,
type
to be fair, the tunnel is shared. The doors are right across from one another.
Right, but Diggs you don't run out with the other team. You don't run out with the other team. Like the other team is running out. They're like starting at left tackle. And then there's Diggs running out on like this.
It's part of the show. Nobody cares. Like even Jair was like, "It is what it is. Who cares?"
Well, no, he said he
called him a little boy.
He said I showed him. He goes, "Have you looked at your matchups and seen the how you've done against them?"
Yeah. Diggs just went scoreboard.
I mean, Diggs just crushed his soul. But anyway, how do you think Diggs does against Sauce Gardner? Somebody who's big, he's lengthy, different cornerback than Jair.
Sauce is one of the best corners in the NFL already.
Yeah.
So I'm actually pivoting away from Sauce or from Diggs and Gabe Davis this week. I think the Bills get it done on the ground with Josh Allen, Devin Singletary, Nyheim Hines, and over the middle with Dawson Knox and Khalil Shakir and Isaiah McKenzie. Yeah, the outside is going to be locked down. The middle of the field's wide open against the Jets.
Yeah,
that's how you beat the Jets, is over the middle. These corners, DJ Reed Jr. and Sauce Gardner, are lockdown corners on both sides of that field.
They're top 20 cornerbacks for PFF. And I mean, it's
one of those guys is going to cover Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis is going to be completely out of this game. I don't think Gabe Davis scores any points in this game. I would highly doubt he scores double digits in this game because of the matchup at corner. Diggs will get his. He's not going to have a spectacular game, but he's going to get his. He's that good. Yeah, Gabe Davis isn't that good. Gabe Davis is a big play guy that benefits from busted coverage. They're not going to bust coverage against Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed. So Josh Allen, still amazing. Yeah, you play Josh Allen, but you stack other guys with Josh Allen, not the outside receivers in this game.
18% rostership for Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen 13%. So both are really high.
Play Allen, but look to stack with cheaper options.
Cheers.
All right. Ready to win money and boost your odds? WynnBET is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Louisiana, Indiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. We're bringing the excitement of Wynn Las Vegas to online sports betting and casino play. Exclusive rewards are right at your fingertips with Wynn Rewards on WynnBET. Be on the lookout for the WynnBET Win Hour each Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. During WynnBET Win Hour, marquee games of the week will have better odds on WynnBET, giving you a larger payout opportunity. Great promos, odds, and payouts are happening right now at WynnBET. From boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds on every major sport, WynnBET has what you need to win. Ready to play? Sign up today to receive a special offer. Bet $100, win $100. There's so much to choose from. All you have to do is head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBET so they know we sent you. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at wynnbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where play through WynnBET is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Sports Gambling Podcast is giving you a chance to win your choice of either an autographed Lawrence Taylor or autographed Brian Dawkins jersey. Contest is completely free to enter. Subscribe to youtube.com/sportsgamblingpodcast. Comment on a video. Each video is a new chance to win. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss SGP contacting you when they pull the winner.
That's sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question, Bo. What if I told you I could get some wide receiver action in the Bears Miami game with maybe 41 snaps possibly projected with the best PFF matchup rating, and you might be the fastest wide receiver in the NFL? What would you say about that? Would you be interested? Can I sell you on some Tyreek?
Sounds like a guy who's named after a predatory cat.
Yeah, a cheetah. Yeah. Yeah. I looked at a little PFF research. I love PFF, right? I went and looked at all the cornerbacks and all of the Chicago safeties. They're big guys. They're big guys, right? There's 200 pounds, but not big, but they're not skinny little 180, 170.
You tell me a DB is big, I'm automatically assuming he's just slow.
He is slow. They're slow. They're not 4.3. They're not at all. They're slow. And so
I know who you're talking about, and one of them runs a 4.6.
Yeah, it's not pretty when they hide their 40 score on PFF. It's always nice. You always go, thank you. Yeah, and they're like not available. You're like, that's not good. So I'm really into Tyreek Hill, and I think this 45 points goes over because I don't think Miami's defense is very good. Actually,
no, they're not. They're not. They're not good. The Bears defense is better than we think, though. Right. But they haven't faced like when they face explosive offenses like last week against Dallas.
Oh yeah,
they gave up 42 points on defense. Yeah, so they have 49 overall, but there was a defensive touchdown by Micah Parsons in that game. So yeah, the scoop and score.
Scoop and
score. But 42 points on offense for Dallas. Dak Prescott looked unstoppable. Tony Pollard looked unstoppable. And the Miami Dolphins have a similar type of offense. They're running a lot of wide zone like the Cowboys do. They run a lot of play action like the Cowboys do. They run those quick little slant and go routes with CeeDee Lamb, and the Dolphins run it with both Waddle and Hill. So Waddle and Hill have between them 60% of the targets in this offense. And that is fantastic for DFS purposes, because if you can rely on your top weapons getting the ball more than everybody else, it's surprising, but most offenses don't do that. Yeah. They galaxy brain themselves into convincing them that if the other team knows it's coming, they'll stop it better. And no, it's not true, because if your best players are getting the ball more often, you actually score more points than the opponent and you win games more often. It's weird, right. Weird concept.
It's like Joe Gibbs and Jimmy Johnson. They knew what they were doing. They would just do the same play again and again because they're like, "Oh, you can't stop that play. Oh, we're gonna do it again. Oh, you can't stop it again. We're gonna do it again."
Yeah. Like. It's why do you think Emmitt Smith and John Riggins are in the Hall of Fame?
Right. It's sluggo. It's all these same plays again and again, and the defense know what's coming, and they cannot stop it because you're better than them. That's like the idea of what football is that
that's literally the whole game of football.
He's gonna throw the football like in these like Tom Brady drops back, he's gonna throw the football. No way! Like Tom Brady, and he still completes it. He still leads the comeback. He still wins the Super Bowl. So, Jalen Waddle 7,400. I know he's got a little shoulder issue. I know he's a little banged up, but if he clears on Friday, not really worried about it. 7,400. Oh my gosh, he is the 5th leading scorer in DraftKings. Why is he 7,400? He should be 7,900 or 8,100. Shut up, DraftKings. You guys are sucking over there at the prices. I love it. Jalen Waddle to the moon. I think if you're playing in GPP, that's my thought.
These guys
6% rostership right now. That's why I like it so much. Because
shut your mouth.
Don't listen to our show. Don't listen to our
show. No, listen to our show, but don't spread the word.
Don't tell anyone about our show. Right, just between you, me, and the show, and your DFS lineups. But I'm gonna put like 150 lineups in, and Jalen Waddle will be like in like I don't know like 75 of them. So yeah. I mean, it's just going to be that way. All right.
Tyreek Hill should be in a lot of them too.
He will be in like 50 of them.
Funny how you can play the same stack 2 weeks in a row. It is allowed. You can say, "Hey, I like Tua, Hill, and Waddle this week again."
Yeah, it was like when Joe Burrow and
way too much sense
2 weeks in a row too. Yeah, I mean, they did back-to-back weeks, and then you're
good matchups are good matchups.
You're right, and good players keep doing good things. So, all right, let me ask you a question. Any interest in Jeff Wilson coming over? Any of the running back game? They really don't. They run the football effectively. They don't score points with the running back though.
Mostert's in a smash spot. Jeff Wilson's going to still need time to integrate into the offense that McDaniel has set up, which is similar but not the same as the San Francisco offense that Shanahan was helped with by McDaniel. McDaniel was the running game coordinator, so he knows both Mostert and Wilson very, very well.
Yes.
This is a running back tandem that's very familiar to everyone involved. And it's a great matchup on the ground because the Bears are not a good run defense. I think they're 26th, the defending running backs.
Yeah.
So we just saw Tony Pollard light them up. He's a fast, shifty running back. That sounds just like both Wilson and Mostert, but Mostert is the starter, and he's going to have a pretty big game here.
Yeah. No, I'm with you in that.
High scoring for sure. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. I know Miami isn't terrible against the running back. They give up like 23 points per game, but they give up 9 touchdowns to running backs. And it begs the question, David Montgomery, 6K, Khalil Herbert, 58, 1% rostered for Khalil Herbert. I mean,
Herbert's a better play every week.
Yeah, they're edging together. It's like they're almost the same price here. Like you're 200. That doesn't matter. You leave 200 on the table. You can go either way with these guys. So I think
you play the best plays, and what you're getting from Montgomery is hopefully more touchdown upside, but it really hasn't come true because
they put Khalil Herbert in when he gets down to the 10.
Well, even if they put Monty in, it's like Monty's not getting in this year, like in years past. And Monty's value was always in scoring touchdowns. And Herbert is the home run hitter. He's not even faster, bigger, and better than Montgomery, but he's breaking the big plays. And you want that guy in DFS over the guy who might score a touchdown.
Right.
Herbert is your ticket to the big play, the big total. So yeah, in a GPP, I would love to have Khalil Herbert as a sneaky leverage play in this game because I do expect the game to shoot out.
Music to my ears. Let's keep this between us as well. Dueling banjo running backs could be a play in this game. You want Herbert, Mostert, running back with Tyreek or Waddle if you want to do either one. So,
right.
All right. Let's talk Green Bay visiting Detroit. Green Bay, are they about to lose 5 in a row, bro? Like, that's crazy. It's possible. It could happen this week.
It's Detroit, though.
I know it's not going to happen.
We love to root for Detroit, then biting the kneecaps. We love Dan Campbell's attitude, but the team is still not good.
Trash. Yeah. Terrible.
I don't even think they're trash. They just don't win games. And that's the thing is you can be a good team and lose games. Look, the last 2 Super Bowl champions are both under 500, and we're going to cover that game in a little bit. But we have the last 2 championship teams facing one another this week with losing records. So good teams can lose games.
Yeah, 100%.
The Lions aren't a bad team. They just aren't winning. So, of course, you look at the record, you're like, oh, yeah, the Packers should get off the schneid here. But you're never sure because of how the Lions are kind of built. I mean, Jamal Williams he's healthy and Swift really isn't. And I think even if Swift plays, you're going to still see a lot of Jamal Williams at the goal line, and the Packers defense in the middle in the trenches, they're getting pushed around.
Yeah,
and it's not so much an offensive problem with Aaron Rodgers as it is they're not getting Aaron Rodgers back on the field enough. This team can't stop the run. They can't get off the field on third downs. They're just struggling. And if you want to win football games, you have to be able to control the line of scrimmage, and they're not doing it on either side of the ball.
No, I don't know what's funnier, Jamal Williams being 5,900 or AJ Dillon being 57. I don't know.
Dillon has been a big disappointment, and Jamal's been a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, those people are not even close in fantasy points scored this year. This is wild. I like Aaron Jones. He's 17% rostered right now. Apparently, a lot of people like him too. They've seen what I've seen. I'm surprised he's not higher. I thought he'd be 20, 25, but keep it there. Tunyon as well, 12%. And then Aaron banged up Rodgers, thumb and all, 11%. What do you think? That's kind of high, honestly.
Yeah, I kind of like the Aaron Rodgers play this week. I think he's still that's a good value for him. It's sub 6 Aaron Rodgers. Am I missing something here?
No, he's just optimal levels negative 6.8. So it's just kind of like
well, it's because he's got too much rostership. The people are seeing the sub 6K and
they're flooding to it.
If you're going to do that, though, you need to stack it, and he doesn't have that great of stack options other than Aaron Jones. That's the only guy I want to stack him with.
Yeah, so I agree with you.
I'd probably play Aaron Jones in this game as the best player available on that side of the ball, but I'm also going to load up on Jamal Williams. So it's
what about Amon-Ra St. Brown with no TJ Hawkinson anymore?
Yeah. Yeah. Even with TJ Hawkinson, Amon-Ra St.
Now
Brown.
you've got none. Now you've got no Hawk. There's no Hawk in your sock.
It didn't matter though. It's like I don't know if he gets a bump from this, but I do think he's always been a good option because of the role he has in that offense. Jared Goff is very, very one read only, and his first read in this offense since Dan Campbell took over the play calling duties is first read Amon-Ra, second read throw it out of bounds. Yeah. Throw it out of bounds.
Swift,
dump it off
on
to
the
Swift.
field. Healthy,
yeah, if Swift is on the field, we throw it to him on the second option as a dump off. But yeah, Amon-Ra's a great play every week, no matter what.
Yeah. Anybody else want to play in this game before we jump over to the Vegas rated?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Vegas sucks. 48-point total. I love that.
What a team.
Wow.
How bad was that whiff on Devontae Adams last week? That was
out
of all the guys scoring crazy. Yeah, out of all the guys scoring crazy fantasy points last week, we thought, Devontae Adams is in the smash spot.
We got to get more than 2 targets, though. How's that our call?
3 targets, 3 targets, 2 catches. Yeah, or one. I get 2 catches for 1 yard.
1 yard, right? So 3.
Yeah,
I thought he had 1.7 fantasy points. So
his first catch went for -3 yards, and then he caught one at the end to put him at 1 yard. It was bad.
Oh my God! Listen, if you're not throwing the football to Devontae Adams 10 times a game, you should not be a football coach.
Here's the problem: is they targeted Foster Moreau and Mac Hollins twice as much each.
That just doesn't make any sense. Now
watch
him.
Derek Carr is here's the thing: is most quarterbacks you want to run zone to confuse them, to make them throw into tighter windows, to have your defense watching a quarterback's eyes. It's like, no, Derek Carr can beat that. Derek Carr knows good timing. He knows windows. He's good at that sort of thing. But if you run man and cover 1 and cover 0 against Derek Carr, and you just put a guy right up the A gap in his face, he becomes the worst quarterback in the NFL.
Right. You do not get a good Derek Carr under pressure.
Derek Carr under pressure or just facing a blitz. Like if you have a free rusher where you just send more guys than they can block, he becomes a bottom rung quarterback. And we saw it last week in a smash spot. He was awful. They got shut out.
They didn't go over the 50-yard line, apparently.
Even the Houston Texans don't get shut out in the NFL anymore.
Yeah, that was some 1970s football from the Raiders. But not the 70s Raiders. But the
70s Raiders were amazing.
They were awesome. No, but this is like football that was played in the 70s. Like that's how bad they were. Like
this is like that 1920s football with the leather pads and the bondage clothes.
Sammy Ball rolled over in his grave when he heard that score.
Y.A. Tittle.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Red Grange had a problem in heaven. Yeah.
Sid Luckman would have dropped 50 on this defense too, because this Raiders defense is a liability, and I'm loading up on all the Jags this week. Not because I love the Jags offense. I don't love them. I like them enough. I like the pieces of this offense, but you should play the Jags offensive players with confidence this week because it's the Raiders and they can't cover a dead body with a tarp.
You know, it's interesting. They are percentage-wise rostership dueling banjo running backs right now. The 2 most rostered running backs are Josh Jacobs at 7,300 and then Travis Etienne at 63. 24 for Etienne, 23 for Josh Jacobs. So you're looking at the 2 most rostered running backs. They are banjoing us. I think you pick one of the banjos. I don't think you eat double banjo chalk in this. I'm not going to double banjo this chalk. I think
we'll see how it kind of builds up, but there's a big cliff at running back this week because your top running back guys they're really expensive other than Eckler are off the slate. Like McCaffrey's on Henry. No Henry on this slate.
You got Dalvin though. You got Dalvin lurking. Dalvin's around.
Right, that might be your leverage. Like last week, the leverage was Kamara. Kamara was the leverage last week. Dalvin could be the leverage this week. Eckler could be the leverage because he's the most expensive, and people haven't heard the news that Austin Eckler is worth every penny of that $8,400 because he's RB1. He is the RB1 right now, smelling salts and all. Austin Eckler is the electric guitar. celebration. He's gonna rock out. Like I'm gonna have so much Austin Eckler this week. It's not funny, but I'm gonna pick ETN in this matchup as if I'm picking one of these guys in the Raiders Jags game. Travis Etienne is a home run hitter, and I love home run hitters in DFS.
He's averaging over 6 yards per carry last week, people. I think 6.5 exactly. He had
not quite my guy Tony Pollard, not quite.
6.9.
Well, no, Pollard was 9.4 last week.
No, I'm just the week before he was 6.9.
Yeah, right. Yeah, nice.
I can't. Yeah. I mean, nice. No, 9.9. That's
9.4.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but ETN for sure. In this week, you eat all that chalk.
Yeah,
ETN all that ETN chalk. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And listen, I'm going to say this. You're not going to like it, but I don't care. But I'm going to say it anyway. I am going to play some Zay Jones at 4,100 because they're that bad.
I don't hate any of these guys.
No, he just does not have any touchdowns. He's not scoring. He's not gotten the end zone, and his points per dollar is nice and high. And so I like him. He's projected 7% rostership, so people are noticing him. That's high for a $4,100.
The funniest thing is, other than Christian Kirk at a raging value of 5,500, who's one of my favorite wide receivers on the slate, is the guy I've hated so much since his rookie season. I had so much Evan Ingram as a rookie because I loved him as a prospect at Ole Miss, and he was one of the best tight ends in his rookie season ever. Like until Kyle Pitts came along, Evan Ingram was the gold standard in rookie tight end performance. And then he fell off a cliff. We found out he couldn't catch a cold. And Evan Ingram on the Jags is getting hyper targeted like back in the Eli Manning days. And he's not catching even half of the balls thrown his way, but he's catching half of the balls thrown his way on a high volume offense. Trevor Lawrence likes throwing it to Evan Ingram
in the end zone.
And Evan Ingram is only 3,300.
Are you reading my column, Bo? Are you checking out?
I don't have to. I don't have to. I will, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm just saying that I don't like Evan Ingram as a player anymore.
Never.
But for DFS, if he's 3,300, he's not going to get any chalk at all. Nope. This is weird, but I'm going to get really creative with a ton of Jaguars stacks this week.
Listen, I'm filling it up, pouring it out here.
Rest in peace. You gotta take the picture with the bottle suspended upside down in the glass, if you can, or no, balanced on its side.
Oh no, it's
balanced on its side.
It's gonna tip.
Lay the bottle on its side.
Oh, not inside. Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to do that yet right now. I'm not drunk, but I dipped it down inside it, and then there's like a bunch dripping inside. So I misunderstood the directions. Yeah. And tried to leverage the glass.
When your bottle's empty, you just tip it on its side, like where the neck is, and just lay it on its side, balance it on top.
I will do that. Yeah.
That's a cool picture. That's when you polish it. You gotta give it the Viking funeral.
That's the Viking funeral. So here's why I'm drinking this, by the way, boys and girls. It's not just to get drunk. It's not. It's not getting drunk either, by the way, because I'm a man. I've done this so many times. This is just kind of like a little bit of aftershave after I used.
It's not for getting drunk. I swear to God, guys. It's not for getting drunk. I've done this a million times.
I'm not Joe Bond over here. Anyway, tomorrow, this is the official. This is like my last for a week. I'm off for a whole week on Fantasy Football. I'm not doing the Fantasy Millionaires, not doing Chalk Block this week, not doing anything until next Wednesday. I'm going to Disney starting tomorrow. We're getting picked up at the house at 9:30, whisked to the airport, flying to Disney. I cannot wait. We're staying in a Make-A-Wish enchanted village where there's free ice cream for breakfast every day. It's literally, Bo, I wish you and your daughter and your wife could come, because this is the kind of stuff that like I never do, but I've seen you do before, like eating yummy, delicious treats and stuff. So I'm gonna just have the best 7 days of my life.
Yeah, here's the thing though. I'm so anti-Disney that I would have to be just hammered the entire time.
But here's the thing, you can drink there. And they've given us, I don't know,
I know.
$1,000 of free
vouchers.
Money. Well, no, we can get.
They'll give you. On top of that, they're probably going to give you vouchers because they know parents need to be inebriated to handle all that hoopla. The kids are going to eat it up, but the parents.
per diem money and stuff. Like
I
they are just
know.
sharing.
You might not need to spend that on yourself, though.
Oh no, we're not gonna have to spend it.
They're
at
going to be
all.
loading you up on all kinds of stuff.
We're so excited to be able to enjoy this because here's the truth. My daughter, struggling with the cancer for a little while. Make-A-Wish came.
Kicked its ass, though. She kicked
Its
leukemia's ass.
But it was during the pandemic, so we cannot go and do it. So now we're doing it. So yeah. Anyway, all right. Let's jump to a game that might be my favorite game on the slate for so many different reasons. The LA Chargers are visiting the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are home underdogs, 3 points. 49 and a hook here. So they're level with the Seattle Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals, 49 and a hook as the most, and the Green Bay Packers is the most like loquacious game of the slate. But
I disagree.
Yeah, what do you think? You like this game? Hate this game?
Nope.
What do you think?
Nope. This game is going to be a big letdown. You know why? Because the Chargers are the most let down team of all time this year. Like we're just disappointed with the Chargers. I know you shouldn't be surprised because the Chargers every year we're like, oh yeah, the Chargers look so great ever since they got Justin Herbert. It's like, oh, the Chargers are on their way, and they just don't do it. And the Falcons are the opposite. The Falcons have one of the worst rosters in the NFL, and they're somehow in first place at 4-4. And they're at home, and they run the piss out of the ball. And guess what? The Chargers are no good at defending the run game. I've probably been the most insulting person on earth for Arthur Smith, but this is the game where Arthur Smith's game plan is absolutely going to work like Novocaine. He's going to be Coach Boone out there. We run 6 plays at a split veer, and it's like Novocaine. It works every time. Once it takes a while to get going, but it works. It always works.
Do you know that Tyler Algier, he's at only 2% rostered? And have we heard about my friend Cordero Patterson yet?
That's who I'm targeting because Cordero's active. We saw his video. He posted his own video on social media. So Cordero Patterson comes out of the tunnel at practice today, jogs down the concrete ramp towards the practice field, and he says, "Hey everybody, I feel great. You heard it from me. I'm ready to go." And he's smiling and laughing, and he runs out there, jogs down the field for practice. Cordero Patterson's going to get activated this week, and it's going to make Algier and Huntley are going to be useless. Cordero Patterson is the smash spot.
25 points twice this
the
year.
Smash.
I wrote about him over at nimblewnumbers.com yesterday.
Of course you did.
I did. Listen, if you're not listening to me and Bo, we're on it like, I don't know. I don't know what's on it.
Cordero Patterson
in the end zone. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so Patterson, Eckler, dueling banjo.
That's your dueling banjo.
That's my dueling banjo of the week. Eckler is 25-point projected base over on the Sims. So yeah,
there's a funny thing about the Falcons defense that it's awful. It's so bad.
Yeah,
they gave up 34 points to PJ Walker.
It's kind of crazy. Not gonna lie, it is.
PJ Walker.
It's borderline ridiculous.
Although the throw to DJ Moore was ridiculous. Like Mahomes said it perfect.
Yeah,
the best throw of the year. Best throw of the year, hands down. And it was a 70-yard rope. That wasn't a Hail Mary. That was a bomb. And it hit DJ Moore in stride 70 yards.
Diving in stride. That's the play in your bedroom that you when you're a little kid.
That's like the Tecmo Bowl play where it goes right. Remember that?
This is a play that you practice as a kid where you throw it to yourself, right? Like this play where you're on one side of your bed, you throw it up as high as you can in your room. And then you go to the other side of your bed and you dive and you crash down and you look down and you've got it, didn't touch the ground. You're like,
can I use this opportunity to say how much I hate Eddie Pinheiro?
Oh, yeah, he's terrible. Well, I mean, listen,
I had that prediction perfect.
How about
prediction?
How about just the flag for taking off your helmet is the most.
It shouldn't have been a flag.
Egotistical.
It's a stupid penalty, and they didn't even call it right.
Yeah, stupid. That's just that.
First of all, the rule is stupid, and he didn't even break the rule.
He was off the field.
The rule is you can't. You have to be on the field to play. If you take off your helmet on the field of play,
That's
you
different.
probably shouldn't because it's dangerous, really. Like we just saw Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald use a helmet as a weapon. So yes, maybe it should be a penalty in the course of during a game, not on a scoring play out of the back of the end zone where
After
he's
the
emotional.
Dead ball.
Unclips his chin strap, flicks his helmet off, and yells at the crowd. That's not a penalty. And I honestly think that Eddie Pinheiro would have missed the extra point from the normal distance anyway.
I'm not going to lie. I agree.
Because he sucks. He missed a 33-yard game winner in overtime, too.
Right. This is right. In overtime, he missed a 30. You and I could hit a 33-yarder, Bo.
I know I could. I hit 33-yarders and Pop Warner. This guy sucks. And he cost me a perfect prediction because I said DJ Moore was going to have an even better week than his best week, which was last week. I said he was going to score more than 22 points. Check. And I said that the Panthers were going to beat the Falcons in Atlanta. Thanks, Eddie Pinheiro. You had 2 chances and you fucked them both up. Sorry for cursing on the show, but
I forgive you.
I'm so mad at Eddie Pinheiro. I hate that guy's guts. He's probably a nice guy, but God damn it, you suck. I had a perfect prediction and you blew it twice.
I will say this. In our league that you are the commissioner of, I am in first place. I'm 11-3, and I got my boy DJ Moore. So, yeah,
he's such a good player. Such a good player.
This is the picture that you were talking about on the stand. Okay. Is that it?
Yep, that's the one.
There you go. You're in it. So
very nice.
Very good. Yeah, pour some out for me into my gullet. I never waste whiskey. You can pour out a 40. You can pour out a beer. You can pour something out.
Pour one out for the homies. That's beer.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. You don't pour out whiskey, boys. And this is not just whiskey. This is a Scotch. So it's a Scotch whiskey. It's a Balvenie.
If it's whiskey, you drink one for your homies.
Yeah.
Right. If your homie's fallen or he's he's not at the shindig, you don't pour one out for him. You drink for him.
Yeah, you lick the bottle. So, all right. Speaking of licking the bottle, Indianapolis at New England. This game, oh, man, Ellinger against Belichick. Ramondre Stevenson 21% rostered. By the way, BT dub.
Too much. Too high. Damian Harris is getting way too many carries for me to trust Ramondre in DFS. Sorry. In Dynasty, I love Ramondre. In redraft, I like Ramondre. In DFS, no, thank you.
What about Tyquan Thornton at 3,300? He seems to be picking up 9% rostership right now.
Nope.
Jacoby Meyer 5,400.
Oh yes, of course.
Yes,
Jacoby's good. He's not allergic to the end zone anymore.
No, he likes it now. So
he loves it.
It's just that Mac Jones is bad, and
Mac Jones is bad compared to last year.
Yeah.
He's playing like
Mac Jones in college, he was better than this.
But here's the thing: Mac Jones played so far above his head last year that we're finally getting rookie Mac Jones this year. So he's sophomore slumping it.
Yeah,
sophomore slumping it. It happens. And his offensive coordinator is Matt Patricia. Can you blame the guy?
It's like when he gets to 200 level classes. He's like, boss, this is hard. Gotta write a paper all on my own.
You mean they have a whole year of tape on me now?
I gotta put a citation on this. Who wrote this? I just made this up. Yeah, you can tell when he just
Matt Patricia is not getting Mac Jones ready for anything.
But here's the thing. Here's what'll happen, right? You kind of see it in real time. He panics, right? And then he just throws the ball into the middle of the field. And you're like, what is becoming of you? Like, you didn't do that shit before. Throw the ball out of bounds. Like Tom Brady. This is what happens all the time. Tom Brady rolls out and he's running for his life. You're like, is he gonna? No, he's gonna throw the ball out of bounds. Like, he's just trying to get to a point where he can chuck it, and then he's done. So he needs to learn how to do that, and he doesn't know how to do that yet. So maybe this week he learns.
This game's kind of gross, though.
I like the defenses. I like Indianapolis' defense at 2,700. Just
overpriced for me.
2,700 is overpriced.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to score that many points. It's for me. It's just both teams are going to play it safe. Deion Jackson maybe as a leverage running back, really 5,200. I think
that's so gross. Still though.
Yeah. So
We should.
JT's got a bad ankle. Nyheim Hines is in Buffalo. Deion Jackson's next man up. The receiving core is at the mercy of how good Sam Ehlinger is, which is not good. Mac Jones isn't playing well. This is a DFS avoid game. Don't play players from this game unless you absolutely have to for salary constraint purposes.
Yes. All right, let's leave and go to the next game, which is Washington hosting Minnesota. 43.5 point total, 3.5 home underdogs for the Commanders. They're not commanding much respect here. The top 4 players rostered are Jefferson, Thielen, Vikings, D, and Cook. Before you get to any Commanders, 12% rostered. Not bad for Justin Jefferson, by the way. That is all systems go.
Green light.
Yeah.
Play Jefferson.
Pass go. Do collect 200 on that.
Play Jefferson. Play Hawkinson.
Yeah.
Hawkinson.
How much is he? 4,800?
He looks like a Viking.
He is. I love that tweet. Did you see that? The progression of him becoming a Viking. That was like the best one I've ever. Like that one. It was on. I don't know if it was on. It was on Instagram. I saw it, but perfect. Just perfect. I didn't even steal it and take it. I didn't even want to get any cred. Not cred, but sometimes I like to manage my Twitter and then share things from other accounts because I'm not the creator of all these things. But I didn't want to do that. I was like, this is just too good. I'm just going to let this simmer. So
the Vikings are a very appealing play here. I love Jefferson. I love Cook. The Commanders, I kind of like Terry McLaurin because that matchup on the outside is really good. Dantzler is terrible. Pat Pete isn't what he used to be.
A little bit closer.
McLaurin.
Let's just say it's like McLovin, but McLaurin. Why hasn't somebody put a McLaurin on the McLovin ID and then put McLaurin on it yet? I'm gonna do it. I gotta do it. Like it's just
there you go. See,
so obvious.
There's an idea.
Yeah. I thought about it before. I just haven't had the time, but I will do it tonight.
Chicken, yeah.
McLaurin. I love that play.
I am
McLaurin. Jefferson McLaurin stack run back might be nice if you're going to stack this game. I don't like the quarterbacks. Either quarterback in this matchup I'm not favoring either. Leave it alone, bro. Leave it alone. And they are. It's only 4% combined. 3 for Cousins, 1 for Heineke.
Jefferson, McLaurin, run away.
That's it. And maybe Cook as a leverage play.
Minnesota defense, that might work. That might work.
YOLO balls can come down in many people's hands. So, all right, we got 2 games left, and then we're gonna get out of here. We did extend it a little bit today. And we're also not doing chalk block this week, so we're trying to get it in. But what are you eating there, by the way? I see
McDonald's fries.
I'm a little jelly. So here's a peel back the curtain. I made smash burgers tonight. If you don't know what they are, you make a big patty of Wagyu beef and Wagyu, whatever it is, and then you smash it down and grill it and put cheese on it. And so made it from my wife's favorite cheese, mine on others, made 3 little tiny middle patties, kind of like you would get if you went to Five Guys or if you went to Shake Shack or In-N-Out Burger, whatever it is, kind of one of those, just it's nice. It's juicy. And my wife comes home and the message she said was, we'll eat some today, we'll eat some tomorrow. She already had Chipotle. So she was like, honey, we won't be eating this now.
Marital
I
equity.
ate my burger. I ate mine. Fucking delicious. I'm sorry. Second curse. Sorry. Twice around. Freaking delicious. Yeah. And then I love Samantha Privet who goes, "What's a smash burger?" What?
Oh my god!
Millennial doesn't know what a smash burger is. Like
she grew up in Canada, I guess. So
okay. Right,
maybe not as cultured.
Next time
she's she's differently cultured than us.
Sam, when I see you, I owe you a smash burger. I'd be glad to buy you one anywhere.
We love Samantha Priviti because she's a whiskey lover too.
She's also just like the coolest person. She didn't recognize me in my 69 jersey and my had my hat on. I'm a good looking guy, and I was hiding myself at the expo. Yeah. So, but we're the I'm half of the sexiest DFS team for now. Yeah. So yeah. No. All right. We've got 2 games left here: Seattle, Arizona, and then the Rams and Tampa Bay. Oh, how the mighty have fallen! Who would have thought Seattle would be the best team out of these 4? That's wild right now, but they are. They're leading their division, and they got DK Metcalf. I thought he was going to be hurt for longer. Have you heard his poop story? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so funny. Pete Carroll wanted him to shit on the sidelines, and he said, "Dude, my dignity, bro, my dignity. Like, come on, man. Like,
they have those pop-up toilets on the sidelines, so
but he
they
just
could have
like,
used it.
Yeah, but
he wanted to go and hunker down,
Well, the best part was that he was mic'd up, and so he said NFL Films has the full audio of him shitting in the camp. So that's just to see who's talking to him. I forget who it was. She laughed so much. She was dying laughing. So, but okay. So 49.5. This game has the highest total on the board, and I do like a lot of plays in this game. Right now, the rostership, Kenneth Walker's picking up the most, and I get it at 6,200. He's 19% roster. Almost played him against you, but I pivoted to ETN because I love ETN. But Lockett 11%, Hopkins 11%. Metcalf at 6, so you have a drop off there, but you have a $300 price difference between him and Lockett. Not that big of a deal. What do you see in this game as your stack or your build or your run back? Which kind of attack are you going to build this game around? Because it's one of my favorite plays.
Tight ends. These are the two worst teams against the tight end in the NFL. So yes, I will be playing Zach Ertz. I will be playing Noah Fant. I will be playing Will Dissly. I'll be playing any tight end that's on the roster, basically. Colby Parkinson, sure, why not? Neither of these teams can stop tight ends, so you play tight ends. It's low-hanging fruit. Zach Ertz, though, top 5,100 is surprisingly the top tight end on this board.
Yeah,
and he's a wonderful stack option for Kyler Murray.
Completely, and he is only 5% rostered, so he's not the highest rostered tight end. He's
going off. He is going nuclear.
Yeah. I also can't believe Gerald Everett. We didn't touch on him. He's only 5% rostered. We totally skipped Gerald Everett. Play Gerald Everett too at 48.
Nuclear.
Him and Zach Ertz are my two favorite plays at tight end this week. I do like Hopkins at 7,900 though. I think he should be at 8,300. I think that should be his real price range. But he was at 74. Well, here's the thing: they only raise it by $500 each week. That's their favorite thing to do. They don't give the 900 nod. So he was at 74 last week. So they bumped him up 500.
So when I broke this down, what I realized is that the matchup he's going to have the most is with rookie Tariq Woolen, and Tariq Woolen is one of the best corners in the league already. Like, he's not giving up anything. And he's 6'4" and runs a 4.2. He's super tall, super fast, long arms, kind of like Hopkins. Hopkins isn't fast, but like that radius, that length that Hopkins puts over guys because he's got long arms and big hands and can jump high. Woolen has all those skills. So if Woolen is on Hopkins, I think he limits the upside of Hopkins.
Oh, so you're pivoting to Ertz.
Yes.
Also, they have moved him around. I'm interested to see how they deal with that. He is projected on Run the Sims for 23 points as his base projection.
I'll take the under.
Yeah, it's pretty high. The next drop off in that game is DK Metcalf at 13. I like DK. I actually like DK. Yeah, I like DK. A little sneaky play there. All right. Kenneth Walker, he's highly rostered. I'm okay with him in cash for sure. I think he gets touches. I think he gets, a little bit of what he needs in this matchup. I think he can score a touchdown. So 19% though in GPP. I don't care about that much, but I think I go ETN. I'll pay up a little bit more, $100. So, all right. Let's jump to the last game of the slate, and that is the Rams. They are visiting Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is a 3-point home favorite, and you have 42.5 as your total. I don't know if these teams can score those many points. I don't know. They have not been good this year. Neither one of them have been.
Well, something's got to give because these are our last two championship teams, and they're both coming into this game losing records for both of them. 3-4 versus 3-5. And Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford have been uphill all year. Tom Brady's line is in tatters. His receivers are all banged up. Godwin and Evans are back, so I will favor the Bucs in this game because Tom Brady, if he can stay upright to get the ball to Evans and Godwin, he'll be fine. The Rams have issues because they're going up against a fierce front for the Bucs. That hasn't been their weakness. They still are okay at stopping the run. They've been giving up big runs in the second half of games when they're behind, it's been a problem. But the front seven for the Bucs is still pretty good, and the Rams offensive line, holy crap, is it bad. It is so bad. They have no running game to speak of, and Stafford has Cooper Kupp and Allen Robinson. It might as well be a ghost because even if he's open, Matthew Stafford doesn't even look to his side of the field ever. So they're funneling the ball to Cooper Kupp and Tyler Higbee.
Oh, he's like the most rostered player in the history of the world this week over in this game.
He is every week because he's cheap. He's cheap and he sucks. He's horrible. He's a horrible football player. Can't block, can't catch, can't run after the catch.
Can't get downfield far enough to catch the ball to make it a good catch.
He's going to get 12 targets in this game is why he's chalky. He's going to catch 7 of them. He's going to catch 7
yards
for 32 yards, and it's going to be 10.2 points.
And a fumble.
10.2 points.
Shots fucking fumbles in this game.
10.2 points for Tyler Higbee, and he's going to be the chalk bomb that clogs up your whole lineup.
Oh, no, I'm staying away from Tyler Higbee. I'm going to go to Gerald Everett or somebody else. I'm pivoting.
Gross.
Yeah, so gross.
But
yeah. What about Cooper Kupp? He's going to get all the targets.
Leverage. Give me the leverage. I'm going to do a Tom Brady, Chris Godwin, run it back with Cooper Kupp.
Okay. I like it.
I want to stack this game because I think something has to give.
Yeah, I mean, Kate Otten priced up at 3,100. How dare you? Who do you think he is? No offense, not even that expensive. You son of a bee. No one likes that.
I like Kate Otten at 27, but not 31.
No, right. I don't like that either. But I like Godwin at 62 over Evans at 72. I do like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Fournette's down a little bit too at 66. You know, so we'll see. All right. You have been and always will be Bo McBrayer, Bo_McBigtime on the tweeters. I'm still Nimble W Numbers, Scott Simpson. Not Nimble the numbers, mate. It's not how it goes, right? Like I cleaned up my act. You got to clean up yours. He didn't blow any numbers, mate. Yeah, it's Nimble. So please check us out. I do write for myself over at nimblewnumbers.com. GPP plays. We talked about a bunch of them. Bo actually called a bunch of them out, and he hasn't even read my work. And so that's respect. I appreciate that because he is the man. If you do not know, he's my DFS hero. And do check out our content over at Nimble W Numbers on the YouTube. I am beating him in the Clash right now through 8 weeks. I am up. I
using my own guys against me.
I do. Yeah. Using your own Dallas Cowboys against you. Poetic justice. Is it 5-3? Is that the score right now? So he can't be tied with me this week. On aggregate, he can be, but he cannot be record-wise. So this has been so much fun. This is year 3 of us kicking it like this. Last year, I won. First year, he won. So
it's the height of entertainment.
Oh, it's so much fun between us, too, because we actually care about it because we want to beat each other.
Right, and guess what? It's finally chilly in California. The fireside callouts are coming back.
Oh, I can't wait, man. These are so fun. Your house is one of my favorite places since I've been there. You're going to have to come to my house next. You know, I got a fire right behind me. It's not lit up yet, but I can light it up. It'll be a staple of our shows coming in the fall. I have wood back there. Yeah, that's what she said. So, all right. We'll check you guys out next time over on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Do like and subscribe.